Once upon a time, in a quiet little pond, there lived a small green frog named Eli. Eli loved his home. The water was cool and clear, the lily pads were soft and bouncy, and the tall grass whispered gentle songs in the wind. Eli spent his days hopping, swimming, and catching little buzzing bugs with his quick, sticky tongue. But one day, Eli saw something beyond the pond that made his big round eyes grow even wider. Across the way, past the tall trees and the swaying grass, there was a big, open field full of bright yellow flowers. Butterflies danced in the air, and he could hear the distant chirping of crickets playing their tiny violin legs. Eli wanted to go there. He had never seen such a place before, and oh, how he longed to hop through the flowers and chase the butterflies. But there was one problem. Between Eli and the field was something he had never crossed before. A long gray path. It wasn't like the soft ground of the pond or the squishy mud he loved to dig his toes into. This path was hard and smooth, and worst of all, big noisy things zoomed across it with a whoosh and a roar. Some were big and red, some were small and blue, and some had bright flashing lights. They never stopped, always moving, fast and loud. Eli had to be careful, he had to be smart, he had to find a way across. So he watched. He crouched low in the grass and studied the road. The noisy things rushed by, one after another. He noticed something interesting. Sometimes they all stopped. For just a little while, the road would be empty and still. But then, the zooming would start again. Eli counted in his head. He watched the patterns, he was patient. Then he saw a group of ants walking in a line. The ants were tiny, but they were very clever. They did not run across the road. They followed a small crack in the pavement and waited for the right time to move. They reached the other side safely. Eli thought, if tiny ants can do it, maybe I can too. Next, Eli saw a family of ducks waddling together. The mama duck stretched her wings and led her ducklings across when the road was quiet. She didn't rush. She walked carefully, step by step, and the little ducklings followed close behind. Eli thought, if ducks can do it, maybe I can too. Finally, he saw a wise old turtle, slow and steady, moving across. The turtle waited and listened. Then when the road was safe, he walked with his head high and his shell strong. Eli thought, if a turtle can do it, maybe I can too. So Eli took a deep breath. He waited, he listened, he watched. When the road was empty, he took his first hop, then another, then another. His heart pounded, but he kept his eyes ahead, halfway there. But oh, a loud rumble. A big, shiny thing was coming fast. Eli froze. He needed to move quickly, but not too fast. He needed to be smart. Then, he remembered what he had seen. He hopped into a tiny dip in the road and stayed very, very still, just like the ants had done. The big, shiny thing zoomed over him, but Eli was safe. As soon as it was gone, he jumped up again and hopped as fast as his little legs could go. He was almost there. One more hop. And plop, his feet touched the soft grass of the other side. Eli made it. He was safe. He turned around and looked back at the road. It was still big and noisy, but now, it didn't seem so scary. Eli had learned something important. Being brave didn't mean running fast or taking big risks. It meant being careful, being patient, and learning from others. Eli let out a happy ribbit and hopped into the field of yellow flowers. The air was sweet, the sun was warm, and the butterflies danced all around him. He had made it, and now he had a brand new adventure waiting for him. And from that day on, Eli always remembered. With patience, with learning, and with a little courage, even the smallest frog can do great things. And so Eli the frog lived happily ever after, in his pond and in his flower field, ready for whatever new adventures would come next.
In a meadow where the soft winds play, lift a cloud drifting all through the day. When the world grew loud, it would simply glide, finding peace in the sky so wide. Calm like a cloud, so soft, so free, floating gently above the sea. When the winds blow wild, just take it slow, breathe in deep and let it go. this cloud, how do you stay so calm and light when storms come your way? The cloud just smiled. Here's what I do. I breathe in once, then breathe out two. When thunder roars and the rain pours down, the cloud won't wear a worried frown. It's okay to feel, let the feeling stay. They'll drift off gently like clouds away. Calm like a cloud, so soft, so free, floating gently for all to see. When the winds blow wild, just take it slow, breathe in peace and let it show.